Hey y'all, it's Steve the Amateur Historian. How are you doing today? I'm just getting fully prepared for my long day. I made a promise on my channel. In a little post thing I said I was going to be very productive with these 4 days off from work. And my only restriction right now is that it's Monday, June 14th? Yeah, I had to check. June 14th. And it wasn't supposed to rain at all today. And then as of yesterday, it was supposed to rain till about 10 a.m. Now they're dragging the rain out till about 1:30, and it's like 11:45. I want to already be leaving, going out to start doing stuff, but I'm not going to do that if it's going to be potentially raining for the next hour and a half. So I'm just waiting it out. I'll maybe leave at like 12:30, get to where I want to be around 1:30, and then start going. This is just all the stuff I'm covering today. Trying to do all that today. I probably won't get to all of it. I mean, it's like 10 different videos, and that doesn't include this, which, as I'm going around all these spots and doing all this video, I'm going to be covering a lot of ground. And so in addition to all that, I'm doing a therapy walk today, which is what this video is. And I've busted out the GoPro. You're probably noticing I'm looking a little fish-eyed. Everything around you is looking fish-eyed around me. So that's also going to happen today. So if I somehow get all these done and that's like 10, 11 videos I'm getting done today. It's really a matter of time and how long my iPhone will hold out. Even though I'm more than willing to do some of these videos on this GoPro. So it's a matter of, I was going to say ingenuity, which I guess it is, but it's also a matter of endurance. And I'm going to be going into downtown Portland at some point. Not immediately, but I'm going to be going into downtown Portland at some point. It'll be the first time I've done that for vlog stuff on my own, taking public transportation out there since like February 2020. So I'm excited about that as well. So anyway, let's begin this journey. Heading out of here. It's like, what time is it? 12:32, so I should get to the Mac station in time. There's 12:46, and I just hope the rain stops. It's really kind of it hasn't really been raining here, but they keep saying that they should keep dragging out how long the rain's supposed to be around. Now, I'm going to be starting out in the southern edge of. Actually, it is drizzling a little bit. It's very just light drizzle, which my GoPro, of course, can handle. But I don't want to be subjecting my iPhone to that. But anyway, I'm finally on my way. Physically, I feel okay, despite literally just standing in one spot for hours yesterday, which is murder on my legs. I said murder, by the way. I realized I came out a little accenty. But, okay, so I'm going to take the bus. I'm not going to be on the bus very long, 2 miles, something like that. Then I'm going to switch off and get on the Orange Line and literally the Orange Line is going to drop me off right next to where I want to start vlogging. And the first 2 videos I'm doing, it's weird, I found these 2 stories at almost the same time, and literally they took place like 3-4 blocks apart from one another, which is pretty crazy in a city as big as Portland. And I'm going to an area that I haven't really hung out in that often, which is kind of way near the south. Like, I'm only going to be a couple blocks north of the Portland-Milwaukee border. So an area I haven't spent a lot of time in. Then I'm going to get back on the Orange Line, take it across the river into Portland, and do more stuff. These clouds are unpredictable. It still says it's supposed to rain over the next like 45 minutes, but by 2 o'clock it should all be gone. Of course, 4 hours ago they said it was going to be all gone by like 11 a.m. So I'm playing with fire a little bit. I brought my umbrella if I need it. Hopefully I don't. But I'm just hoping for the best, because I'm already getting like out of here like over an hour later than I wanted to. And I mean, fortunately it's June, so you know, I don't have to worry about it getting dark at like 5. So whatever, you know, I know what I slated this time for, so you know, if I don't get home till 6 or 7 tonight, whatever. The objective was to be productive with these few days off I have from work, and I'm trying to start it out with a bang. So I hope, again, I'm not going to be on the bus too long. I just hope it doesn't fill up. I wonder, because they still block out like half the seats. You still got to wear a mask, all that stuff, which is good. And I just wonder if the, you know, buses in particular fill up too quickly, because they still expect you to leave like half the seats empty to give, you know, people space. But that being said, I've noticed, and it's still, even now, it's still like this. Like, there's a lot fewer people taking public transportation, and I wonder if that's like, you know, when the pandemic first started taking off, and a lot of people like me were like, well, I don't want to be on public transportation. It's already dirty. I don't want to be on public transportation with this virus going around, and I'm just crammed on there with all these people, you know, and I'm wondering if a lot of those people found alternatives to public transportation that they've just maintained since then. It's possible. My hope is just that the bus isn't crowded. Ooh, it's hotter. It's still sprinkling. Son of a bitch. Alright, I'm actually, the place I need to be to start vlogging is like a block or two this way, I think. Ish. Fresh off the Max, the Clinton Street and 12th Avenue stop. And I'm literally going to be vlogging a spot, I think, again, just about a block or two over here. Then I'm going to move over to a spot over here, and then literally I'm just going to go over here. It's going to be 2 different videos. That's how close they are today. But before we get to that, the film that I did, Till I Found You, that I posted on my channel last October, there's actually a scene that we shot here when one of the characters is requesting info. Why do I have this on? It's because I just got off the Max. She's requesting information about a property to buy, and you see her on a telephone and it's at a Max stop. And I think the shot, I actually established a scene with a shot that's like catching all of this. And the phone she uses is this phone right here. So, yeah, this is where she made the call to buy her land that we ultimately see at the end of the movie. I just needed a payphone, and there's not a lot of payphones in town. I thought we were already going to be filming like over here, and so I thought there's almost always a payphone at a Max stop. And most Max stop payphones are messed up, and I figured this one would probably be in the best condition, so it worked for us. All that said, it's barely drizzling now. I'm seeing, these clouds seem to be coming this way, and I'm seeing lots of little blue patches on the horizon. There's downtown, way off in the distance across the river. One thing I noticed, they're really screwing with me now. They said the rain is supposed to be tapering off over the next 15 to 30 minutes. It's not supposed to rain during the 2 o'clock hour, but during the 3 o'clock hour, the rain may creep up again, so I'm ready to pass out. Not happy with this nonsense. But anyway, I'm going to start doing my vlogging on my first video. I got to get myself reared up for that, even though I think I have all the information down in my head. It's a pretty rough story to cover. I'm not going to tell you about it here because I don't want to spoil it. Ooh. I'm guessing these are old, you know, rail pieces. They maybe melted them down a little bit, and I mean, if you're going to be making art next to train tracks, they might as well be made out of rails. Bunch of rail art going on here. This could almost serve as a bench. I'm not going to sit on it because I don't know if someone's going to see me and be like pissed. It's kind of cool though. Then it goes into the ground and comes back up. It's not bad. Anyway, I am, so this is 12th and something. 12th and Gideon. Gideon! Alright, I'm gonna start going this way. What the hell is this? PDX something. Free food? That's awesome. And art. It wouldn't surprise me if people take a lot of advantage of that, but in a city like this with a lot of people that need food, I'm surprised there's even still some food there. Hasn't been all day. Clifford the Big Red Dog. That is gonna haunt my nightmares. It just goes on. I thought this was a casket. Okay, so I'm coming to because I'm pretty sure I'm trying to get to 13th. Which wouldn't 13th be a block this way? Am I lost? Now I know what went wrong. I was going the wrong way. I thought I was supposed to be going over this direction. I'm actually supposed to cross the tracks and go like one block up and over. So I was kind of looking at things in like a reversal of how I should have been. That's cool. We get to see fucking Clifford again. And emblazon that into my memory just a little bit more, because that's what I need. One more look at the free food, free kitchen. That's awesome. Oh my god, this has been such a bitch to film. There's so much noise going on. But anyway, I just filmed something down here. It actually looks like old concrete. Oops, sorry. Looks like old concrete from an old like building maybe. But yeah, I was just filming something over here. It's a 1952 story. Something event that happened here. Now I'm going to another place connected with it. I noticed we got one of these. Actually, we have several of them. Now, aren't these the horse rings? These are what people would tie their horses up to. So these are very old. Ooh, and a little potato bug. But yeah, so there's one of these here. And because I noticed all the houses here are old. The concrete even looks old. There's another one of those. Yeah, everything around here looks very old. So it wouldn't surprise me that this would be an area that we would find things like that. So I'm at, this is, excuse me, Southeast Ivan or Ivan. I'm saying Ivan, a hard O. But yeah, all the houses around, oh my god, what is that thing? It's wearing a mask at least. But yeah, everything around here is very old. I'm just, oh, so that's where that sound's coming from. I'm just trying to figure out where exactly I go to from here. Or actually, wait, no. I go south of the train tracks. That's what's going on. I'm so confused. Look at all this industry. All this construction. A lot of stuff going on. Here's the Ford building. The only actual, like, Ford motor plant ever in Portland. I don't know if it was in Oregon. Somebody forgot their yellow rag. And then there's this piece of awesomeness right over the way. Her hair is multiple forms of greenery, and even the rooftop's got trees and stuff on it. I know it's kind of far away with the GoPro, but yeah, here's the, oh god, I hope I don't drop this. Here's the Ford building. And yeah, the thing I'm vlogging right now, I'm going like right over here to video something, and then literally for the next video on a completely unrelated story, I'm literally going across the street over here. So it just worked out that way. I get my camera all set up, and then all this hullabaloo starts happening. It's another literally an Orange Line train came through here like 3 minutes ago. So either that one was running way behind, or you, sir, are running a little bit early. So yeah, so I'm just waiting for these to stop so that dang will stop. I've got the camera set up. I'm going to be standing right here, and this area behind me is actually very prominent. This was Portland Gas and Coke Company property back in the 1950s. So there was stuff here. Now it seems to be just kind of a general area for construction vehicles and there's Northwest Natural vehicles. So I guess this is maybe Northwest Natural Gas property now. I honestly don't know. That is not pertinent to my story. Stop you dingling. Nope, I still hear it. I'm listening very closely. Good, it stopped. I can actually start me vlogging. Get ready for a moment here. Video. Oh. Okay, So, God, there's so much noise around here. That was such a frustration. The video I just did, it was pretty easy, but my God, was it frustrating. There's like a bicycle tour thing going on behind me. So I'm finally about to get out of this neighborhood because I'm sick of a Max activating these things every frickin' 10 seconds. I'm gonna have so many random audio anomalies trying to edit these together, but it's okay. This is what I want. I want to be out here on the scene doing stuff. So now that I've finally gotten done everything that I'm gonna shoot out here in this neighborhood, I'm gonna hop on the Max. I'm gonna head that way into downtown. And it's good because I actually am going to go due south of downtown after I first get there. With the purpose being the next video I'm going to do addresses something that happened southwest Portland. Maybe, I don't even know if it's a full, wait. Okay, I'm supposed to go over to that and cross. It's a situation, something I've wanted to cover for a really long time. But because it's like a mile south of downtown, it's one of those areas that I don't really go into that often unless I'm specifically going there just to go to that area. And so this is a video I've been kind of holding out, waiting on. And now I'm finally going to go and do it. And I was debating, I think I am going to make it part of my mystery murder series because that's becoming such a consistent thing on my channel, and it does fit. Because it's unsolved. And of course, the next Max that's coming through in 2 minutes is going to be going that way, and I want the Max that's going that way, that's not here for 10 minutes, even though it feels like a Max has been going through here literally every 2 minutes. It feels like there's another Max coming through while I've been trying to video. I've had to stop so many times while I've been trying to vlog because some train pulls up behind me, or because these ding 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 ding. So I'll be happy if I never have to hear that sound again. So, like 20 times I've had to hear the dang 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 dang. Even like a regular like big old cargo train came through at one point. But other than that, it's mostly been Maxes. Son of a bitch, it heard me. Dang 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 dang. Well, I knew that Max was coming soon, so it's... I'm so done with that noise. I'm coming your way, downtown. Yeah, so there's downtown. So the place I'm going to be going to is like over here. So I'm just a little south of downtown, across the river, a little ways over there. So as I continue to wait, the Max that should be coming this way, I'm going over my notes. I just felt a raindrop hit me. I mean, can't be that much because there's blue. Like, this is all that's coming our way. Like, that's a little menacing, but this is... It's nice and blue sky, so hopefully it's just a little bit of a drizzle. They did say around the 3 o'clock hour it could start raining a little bit again, and if I had to guess, it's probably pretty close to about 3 right now. I don't know because I shut my phone off to save battery since I'm trying to use that for most of my videos. But yeah, so I haven't vlogged a whole lot for this yet because I literally got on the Max, and when I got off at this stop, I literally had to go a couple blocks that way, and I was ready to film my stuff. And I've just been filming all kind of over here, and even when I got one video done, I literally had to go 1 block over, and boom, there was the next spot. So I haven't covered a lot of ground that hasn't been directly related to the other videos I'm doing today, but once I cross and get off, I'm going to be getting off around Lincoln, and I can't remember if it's 1st and Lincoln or 3rd and Lincoln, but it's on the southern edge of downtown Portland, and then I'm going to have to weave my way south from there, so I'll actually be able to do some more vlogging for this therapy walk. So, you know, even though it's not just for the sake of therapy, you know, this is very therapeutic for me because I'm getting out and doing what I really love to do for this channel that I really haven't been able to do a lot of for the past, like, 14, 15 months, which is actually hopping on a bus, hopping on a Max, you know, still being safe about it, and traversing my wonderful surroundings and heading into downtown, because once I'm done over there, I'm going to go back through downtown. Again, something I haven't done in over a year, at least by myself on foot. So I'm excited about that too.
Lincoln Street
back out into the light. So it's right, 3rd and Lincoln. So I'm on the fringe of downtown, but not ready to hang out here yet. Look at these Pidgeys. Hello, Pidgeys. I mean you no harm, Pidgeys. Look at these Pidgeys. Look at you. Oh, all your own colors. Oh, look at that one over there. He's nice and brown. Alright, so I'm trying to... Wait, I don't want you to see my damn code. Good, I messed it all up, so you'll never know. Get me... I'm trying to figure out if I can do a... Okay, there's First Avenue. Yeah, I can do almost a straight shoot. It ends there at Barber. It doesn't... Well, I guess it still makes it. There's like a path. So I can go to First, because I'm here. So yeah, so I'm going to go to First Avenue. And then I can just straight shoot down First, which will make my travels a lot easier. And of course, I'm starting to have to pee, which is not good, because I'm not going home for at least another couple hours. Ooh, super meal. Those are freaking delicious for the price. Okay, so I guess I just keep my eyes out for a somewhat safe restroom to visit. Can I cut through here? No, they are constructioning. Alright, so I'm going down to First here. I'm pretty sure every time I've come to this intersection up here, it's Southwest First and Lincoln, there's always some guy screaming. There's always a guy wandering around and screaming. Now granted, I've only walked through this intersection maybe 3 or 4 times in my life, but it's always happened. Okay, keeping my eye out for a bathroom. It's faint. My hope is this is one of those peas that, like, you can miraculously hold for, like, several hours. It never really gets worse. Otherwise, I'm going to be in some trouble. Alright, so we're at First. We'll make the shift. Gonna start walking through here. Ooh, the America Plaza Towers. My mom had to clean some... I don't know. She was like cleaning up someone's place. I don't know. She used to do cleaning stuff for a little while. It's very faint in my memory. But she did it in one of these units. And I remember going with her and I was bored as hell. And I had one of those little black and white TVs that had a screen that was like that big. And I just watched my cartoons. But, you know, I had to kill off about 5 hours before then. I'm sure I was driving my mom nuts. What do I do now, Mom? What do I do now? I'm bored. I'm bored. And she's like, you little bastard. I'm trying to clean things, try to clean this place up. But yeah, you'll notice nothing in this area is really that old. There's a lot of stuff that's very 50s, well, a lot of stuff that's very 60s and 70s. And that's because urban renewal just, I mean, it obliterated everything out here. I mean, there's images. I've shown them on my channel where you see downtown Portland after the urban renewal obliteration occurred, and there's this whole chunk of Portland that's just dust. There's nothing there. It looks like an atom bomb just blew away that part of town and just left nothing behind. And that was this area. Well, this is part of that area, kind of up till you get up to the freeway here. Granted, there was a lot of urban renewal that happened south of there, but most people that were living in this area, before all the urban renewal, which kind of started in the 50s and carried on through the 60s. Hello, Lime Scooter. I've missed you much. And yeah, a lot of the homes, and I discussed this in another video I did a long time ago, a lot of the homes out here were falling apart. People were living out of train cars and like whatever they could throw together, and a lot of the houses that were on the hill here, they were all just rotting away. They had these rusting out stilts holding them up against the hillside, and they were falling apart, to be true. But yeah, it was because a lot of the people that lived out there were poor as hell and couldn't, they couldn't. Ooh, what the hell happened here? Damn, son. I'm guessing that was a homeless person. Try to get some good real estate here by the freeway.
So yeah. Well, obviously this wasn't here, you know, back in the 50s. So this was still just land that carried across from here to here. And so, you know, these people were all booted from their homes, so this could all be demolished, or most of all of this could be demolished. And, you know, the city kind of helped some people, but for the most part, a lot of these people that were flat broke, and they were living out of little holes in the wall because they couldn't afford anything else in their life. A lot of them were just kind of left to figure it out for themselves. Hope you find a new place to live. Good luck. And yeah, so a lot of that all back through there was completely obliterated, and that's why you don't really see much that predates the 1960s or 70s there. And a lot through here on the other side of the freeway, we're kind of getting into like the Dunaway Park area. A lot of stuff was demolished out here, and if you look around, there's not really a whole lot in this area that's very old either. So yeah, it carried on all the way down into here. So much is changed, and actually the video that I'm going to shoot up here, that's kind of a significant thing to that, because the area where that situation took place, which granted was the 1920s, for the next video I'm going to do, ooh, the elusive, mysterious postal box, or mailbox, whatever. Yeah, that area looks nothing like it did in the 20s. Now you do, in this area, I mean, you can tell what was drastically changed and what was not, because like, you go a couple blocks this way and there's this patch of really old houses that used to be all over here, and now they ain't. And actually, this should be a pretty quick trip since I'm able to just kind of beeline down First Avenue. I think I'm already almost halfway there. Yeah, so I just crossed Arnold. I'm feeling some raindrops coming down on me. But yeah, see, even now as you get up through there, you can see like a smattering of these older houses. That's just, some are here and some aren't. Like, I don't know, this house might be kind of old, but yeah, like there's no houses here. There probably were. You're kind of going to see like newer houses interjected with the older ones. But yeah, you get a lot of these really beautiful old houses like this one, that are like, you know, a lot of these are, they look 1900 or earlier. Like a lot of these houses are at least 120 years old and looking absolutely fantastic, if I do say so myself. A lot of them have these beautiful colorful patterns. So you see, you start getting in here. But of course, these were more the houses that were kind of in the valley below the hillside. These were the houses that weren't, you know, rammed together and being held up by stilts on the hillside like some others were. So it definitely makes sense that these were deemed, I mean, you see them, they're beautiful. So they obviously weren't in rough condition, and that was the whole concept, you know, really behind Portland's crazy urban renewal thing, was we got to get rid of the blight. If you're not blight, then we won't mess with you. Of course, you know, the sad tragedy to that is pretty much a lot of people of color and a lot of people living in poverty, which sometimes those go together, were just kind of, you know, thrown out on the street. Just between the end of the 50s and, you know, into like the start of the 70s. I mean, like hundreds, a couple thousand homes were demolished, taken from people and demolished. And our mayor at the time, Terry Shrunk, who he was obsessed, it seems. Oh, I saw somebody blog about, or put this in the Hidden Portland for the Curious, how there's like a hammer thing here. I literally just saw a picture of this the other day and was like, oh, that's cool. Didn't think I'd stumble onto that. But yeah, Terry Shrunk was obsessed with like shoving Portland into like this cities of the future thing, and he wanted to build the Delta Dome out at Delta Park, and he pushed for the construction of the, you know, Memorial Coliseum. And like, that's fine. Like, you know, Portland kind of was at a point where they needed some kind of sports complex, I guess. But just, he just, I don't really have a lot of love lost for Terry Shrunk for all the things he did do, because it was obvious he really didn't give a crap whose life he kind of screwed over to make Portland cooler, hipper, city of the future. And like, you know, I'm all about beautifying your city, but not when it comes at the cost of homes and, you know, people's well-being. And actually, I'm about to walk past, I showed this in a therapy walk I did like almost 2 years ago. There's a office, kind of an office-y building here, a brick building, and I'm pretty sure it's on First. I think it's like right up around the corner here. And we filmed another scene. I've randomly been at 2 locations we filmed at for my movie that I posted, my Till There Was You movie. There was the Mac stop back there, and early scene in the film where the lead character's talking to this guy and he's selling his business that belonged to his dad, and he's pissed at his ex for leaving him and kind of blaming her for why everything's going awry. And the girl who did sound on my film actually like was like, I want to go out and like look up like random like places that look like they're for sale or for rent. I remember these Ambassadors being parked here when we pulled up and shot, so I don't know if these are just sitting here for a while the last 2 years or if they're actually getting driven. But yeah, this building right up here, this white building, that for lease sign was there when we filmed here in, that would have been September 2008 or 2018, so almost 3 years ago. That is the exact same for lease sign that was there. So this is 120 Southwest Grover, so it's First and Grover, but we filmed, see this big gray box here? We filmed, like the characters were kind of right next to that, but I got an establishing shot of this for lease sign to show like, yes, this place actually was being given up, and we shot it right here. I stood like right here with my camera. Hell yeah, brother. So yeah, I might even stumble onto a few more shooting locations I've used in later videos, because we filmed a lot of pieces in northeast Portland as well, and I'm probably going to go up there a little bit more and explore. It's another area I haven't been to in a really long time. What is this beautiful brick structure? Is this a home? This can't be a home. This has to be like a, I don't know what this is. Or maybe like it was some kind of business, but it's like a place where a lot of random people live, or, you know, like it's been turned into like an apartment house. I really don't know what this is. Northwest corner of First and Git. Oh no, I guess it is. It's just kind of, I'm guessing this is a really old building that got turned into apartments. Starting to get a little sweaty. We're actually getting some sun. Oh man, I'm starting to have to pee more. Talking is probably not helping. But yeah, eventually we're going to get towards Barber Boulevard. Kind of starts easing its way towards us, and eventually this road, it looks like it ends right before Barber and then kind of becomes a little path to Barber, and then I have to find a way to get across Barber, and then the road actually becomes Condor Avenue. I think it's Avenue. And that's where my next video I'm going to be doing is taking place. It was First Avenue. Alright, yeah, so there's actually Barber Boulevard. It's just one block up, so it's easing its way toward us. So I'm guessing this road ends. Now it says on Google Maps that like when the road ends, there's like a little bit of a path that you can still get up to Barber on. I think I see stairs up here. Hello, Lime Scooter. I have to show you Lime Scooter's respective. This one's kind of a beast looking. This is a beast Lime Scooter. Man, built like a freaking tank. That was an absolute unit. Yeah, and there's a few more of these really old houses kind of through here as well. So yeah, this is kind of one of those areas where old homes have managed to still stay standing and thrive, as a matter of fact, because a lot of these, there's a lot of them here, and a lot of them are in really good condition. And I think, yeah, this is where the road ends. So I'm rammed between one highway and Barber Boulevard, which is essentially a highway. Ooh, beautiful garden. I like that. Yeah, here we go. So I go up these stairs. Now the question is, am I going to be able to cross Barber here? Because this is not exactly a street that's welcoming to people that are trying to cross without a crosswalk present. don't see a crosswalk. However, there's little traffic. Is anybody? Yeah, this one guy's gonna fuck it all up for me. I might be able to do it though. I'm gonna go for it. Yes! Just don't trip. Okay, made it. Made it across Barber. And I have to pee even more now. Okay, so, yeah, this next little street that offshoots is Condor. And that's where I'm going to be filming, which means, for a brief moment, I'm going to have to put you away. Alright, I just finished shooting right up there over that hill, and I noticed I loved all of this. So it says this is the Holt Sailor Liberto House, National Register of Historic Places, so not just Oregon, but national, 1884. And you just look, the gate, you've got this, and you've got the house up there. Man, what a way to come home. Like, what a way to feel really effing important. I mean, hell, I would. So anyway, I'm going back the way I came a little bit. And I'm, hell yeah, brother. No, I hate people that drive like that. So I'm going to try to dart across Barber here again, safely. No worries, the amateur historian doesn't dodge traffic. He just dodges a busy road when he's got the opportunity. I'm going to film a little bit in here in relation to some stuff connected to my story, and then I'm going to start going due north towards downtown. Oh, well, all right. I just did a first Historic Murders of Portland episode in a very long time. There's the Coin Tower, towering high. And, yeah, so I'm actually in downtown Portland, and it's been a while. And I've missed this place. And, ooh, vacant location. And as you can see, everybody's getting shot to death and dying because downtown Portland is a horrid hellhole that no one can survive it anymore. At least that's what people keep saying. You know, and I drove through here a couple months ago, didn't actually get out and walk like I am now, and, you know, it looks pretty normal. People are like, look at all the businesses being boarded up, and yeah, the protests, you know, some people did that to protect themselves from protests, but a lot of those businesses were boarded up because they'd been closed for months because, you know, there was kind of a pandemic thing going on. But now they're trying to act like ever since those protests, which ended months ago, that the downtown is just falling apart, and all these freaking, you know they're just a bunch of entitled freaking white people, and they're all just like, oh my god, it's so dangerous in downtown, I can't handle it anymore. And then the stories that they give you for why this place is so dangerous now and so horrible are things that have been going on in this city for years. Like, a homeless person accosted me. I'm like, have you ever been to downtown? That's all. In fact, I'm surprised it's so quiet. Granted, I'm still kind of more to the southern part of downtown, and there's not quite as much shenanigans, as it were, going on here. Man, I wonder what they're going to put in here. It's a lot of space. Or maybe it's just boarded up to be used later. So yeah. You know, and it's just most of the complaints people had about why it's getting so much worse in downtown. What is that sound? Who's doing that? Whose phone is ringing? Anyway, the main reason a lot of people, the people were giving for why it's so bad, are stuff that's always happened here. There's always crazy people running around. There's always people harassing you. It's a downtown of a major American city. Like, so yeah, it's such a ridiculous, nonsensical lie that, like, the city's falling apart and just, it's the protests, that's what started it. It's like, get out of here. As a matter of fact, here's the I believe this is the building where most of the protests were going on. Yeah, oh my god. And they have, well, actually that may be because I know they're trying to, oh wait, no, these aren't the park blocks. This is God, what is it called? I always forget what it's called. It's named after someone, and I freaking forget. But it's all fenced off. I wonder if it's been fenced off since the protests. I can see there's still a lot. You can see all the, like, tagging that's been boarded up. Because, of course, it's been months since those protests have been going on regularly. At least, you know, to the level they were. And it's still really... There's just boarding all around everything. Yeah, so they just have the whole thing they just have it all fenced off because this is the park area where a lot of people were gathering during the protests, and this is where they added that's the Justice Center. Oh yeah, okay, never mind. This is the main, like the Justice Center. Yeah, they were like, yeah, you can see they actually have it. There's like are those the holes that like the units were like looking out at people from? I know that they said they had like little holes that they were watching the crowd over here. Yeah, just everything's all, but you can see all these little holes cut out. I think that's where like the guys that were inside were like looking out at the protesters. But this is the main building that got hit, which is this the God, I can't remember what anything is called anymore. But this is this the Hatfield Center or something or other? And they still have these like big metal fences up. So this is still all, and they got all this concrete here. You can barely walk on the sidewalk. There's literally no room to walk. But yeah, this was kind of the epicenter of the protests, and it's still fenced off, and this is where a lot of the people were gathering. I mean, here and there, you know, it covered a few blocks, and there's still a lot of tagging on stuff. And yeah, it's mostly all blocked off by wood, and still, and there's Christmas lights. I wonder what that's all about. And does this still look the same? It looks like they haven't done anything. This is where the Lotus was. I did some videos on the demolition of, oh, but they got that horrid hotel they were going to build in place of the old United Workmen Temple. Pieces of crap. So yeah, I'm going to cross here because I want to see what it looks like down here, see if it still looks the same. Because you can see some of the like tunnels that go under the city. You can kind of see. Yeah, they haven't done anything. It's just still kind of sitting here. But if you look down here, you can see there's one of those, the tunnels that go under, and like it's probably for like delivering food and supplies. But I think it's so cool you can actually see that, because this would have been, you know, the basement of the old Lotus. And there's still like some support beams and stuff here. Really old brick, like kind of the underground walls are still here. I love that that element's still here. But yeah, because you can see this is kind of almost in line with it, so they were probably lowering supplies through that, taking it through that tunnel and into the basement. Oh yeah, and you can see, yeah, there's two more of them. There and there. I forgot there's three of them. This is still like, because they demolished this building like 3 years ago. And this is like the only like older building on this block that survived. Is this big auditorium building. And this ugly piece of crap. I just want to... I hate this. This is the ugly piece of garbage they put in that they had to tear down the United Workmen Temple for. To build a hotel. When, you know what this is across the street? It's a hotel. They had to ram another hotel in right next to one that's already there, and they had to destroy history to do it. And now I'm coming to Taylor and 3rd. This stretch from 3rd between Taylor and the next street down, which I think is it Salmon? I'm not certain. It might be Salmon. This is called the Tenderloin District back in the day. This is the block that Carrie Bradley, one of Portland's first like infamous women, or at least involved in killing, she lived on this block. Emma Merlotten lived right in this area. There was also a hotel that was, I think, possibly burned down. I discussed in a Historic Murders of Portland episode that would have been like right here, and it burned down. And it's thought that the woman that ran it may have intentionally burned it down. Oh, I'm already hearing someone screaming. Yeah, so this is kind of this one little block stretch on 3rd to Yamhill. That's the street. Yeah, so from Taylor to Yamhill on 3rd. It's like a really notorious block back in like the 1800s in some ways, especially in the cases of murder. And then Pioneer Place. What's up? know if I want to be this deep in the heart of downtown with all these loonies. But hey, you're getting a therapy walk out of it. What's going on down here? Not much. Wonder what this is all about. Okay. Yeah, I actually have to go into Chinatown briefly to finish a video I'm doing. I'm not real excited about going into Chinatown. Even though this area is really nice and really beautiful and all these great old buildings, but my god, are there some like lunatics that like to hang out in this area. This particular block here is 2nd and Yamhill where the Maxes go. This place, I mean, lunatics are like bees to honey here. But you've got the Willamette block over here. I forget what the next building is next to it that's really similar. It starts with an S, I think, but I can't remember for certain. Just trying to get to this spot to do this video, because this is kind of important. You know, I'm a major, like, I like it when we preserve stuff, and it's just, this is my first time dealing with kind of Old Town and Chinatown with, you know, for a while. Yep, there's another guy. There's so much, like, the homeless situation is just exploded. It is so much worse now. There's just people screaming and freaking out everywhere. I just cut through Chinatown real quick. It was like, it was fun. Like, there's just, everybody is just like, look at it over here. There's just, those are all tents. All tents. Just, God, good God. I'm just trying to get over here. All that running for nothing. Thought the green line was coming in. It was just the yellow line. Anyway, yeah. So I started doing a lot of other stuff near the end there, and I was really trying to get through Old Town and Chinatown as quickly as possible. That is the one thing that's definitely gotten worse since the last time I was in downtown. Is, I don't know if it's that there's more homeless people, but it's that there's a lot more like mentally ill homeless people, and there was a lot more people storming around, screaming. I had one girl that was, she had a wheelchair. She wasn't sitting in it, but she was like pushing it. She just looked at me and gave me this look and started screaming something at me, but she was like a block away, so I couldn't make it out. And she just looked, she looked like she had murder in her eyes. And I know that's probably, you know, mostly because she's just, you know, she has a mental disability of some kind or another, but it was just, it got to a point where it was like, I felt like I was backing myself into a corner. I turned this way, and it's like, oh God, crazy people that way, crazy people, crazy people. It was like, I barely got through there. I literally had to start walking in the middle of the street on 3rd Avenue in Chinatown, because they were just lining each side of the street, and they were lining the streets behind me. I was like, how do I get through all this and get to the north end of Chinatown so I can cross the steel bridge to get here? So I kind of wasn't really vlogging. I mean, I was vlogging a little bit In fact, I did a Historic Murders of Portland episode that I only got most of the way done because there was just so much insanity going on that I was just like, I need to get out of here. Like, especially just with, you know, the pandemic thing still going on and trying to be safe for myself and everyone else. You know, if I do some Historic Murders of Portland in the immediate future, I might even do some more this week, but if I go to downtown and do it, I just might be a little bit hesitant to draw the videos out because I don't really want to necessarily be in certain areas for an extensive period of time. And after this recent walk through Chinatown, I don't know if I want to go there at all for a while. It was really just... But of course, you know, in terms of downtown Portland and everyone saying that, like, oh, it's a hellhole, I can't start, you know, you're getting, you know, it's just falling apart, it's being burned down, there's a criminal on every street corner. Everything was fine till I got to Old Town, kind of the edge of Old Town going into Chinatown, and then it started getting crazy, and that was mostly just the homeless. But the city of Portland, it was actually, you know, kind of nice and calm and cool. There was a lot fewer people, probably because a lot of people are not going to downtown because they're buying into this idea that the downtown area is just a crumbling hellhole now, which is not remotely true. I traversed the whole stretch of it from south of downtown Portland all the way up through Chinatown across the bridge to here. It was not that bad at all. In fact, it looked better. I felt better being there than I have other times. So yeah, it's a bunch of nonsense that downtown Portland's like really any worse than it was before. It's an absolute misnomer. And that was my therapy walk of sorts. It was more just me kind of during my downtime between doing videos, because I think with this video included, I did like 7 videos that day. So it was a fairly busy day, so there was a lot of like doing a little bit for this thing and then just stopping for an hour doing something else entirely and coming back to this, and all of a sudden I'm on another part of town. But I knew there would be enough things that I would see that it was worth doing this particular video. So finally made it to the other side of the river, caught the max, and came home. And it was the end of a very long day, my first day really going back and walking through downtown Portland again for the first time in over a year. And I actually really, really enjoyed it, even for how briefly I was actually in the downtown area, and even with all the chaos that was going on in kind of the Chinatown area. It was still, you know, it was just another reminder of why I love going pretty much all over Portland and doing what I do for this channel. So I hope you enjoyed today's therapy walk video. And you know, if you're new to the channel or you just haven't done it yet, remember to like, give the video a like, share, subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet, hit up my Patreon. I'm always posting new stuff there. I'm trying to post multiple times a week, various forms of different content, lots of extra stuff you can only see if you become a Patreon supporter today. Even if it's only $1, that will get you access to all that stuff, and you'll have my friendship for life. Probably. The link to that Patreon is in the description with this video, as well as the links to my Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and Reddit subreddit pages. So all that said, thanks again for stopping by, taking in today's therapy walk, and till next time, this has been Steve, the Amateur Historian.